The question of the day is, did Speedy B learn anything?
Nope.
Improve his fitness and his riding?
Nope.
And is he gonna have a better time? Speedy B himself, what's up, man?
Hey, that's me. What's up, what's up? What was the question?
Well, you've been working on fitness, and you've been working on your riding technique a little bit, mostly studying video and working in the yard a little bit. So you had a little warm-up session. How was it?
I'm tired. My arms hurt. I gotta pee and a little more. So, yeah. Nah, but I felt great. I started like hugging the bike. So if like the bike's here, you know, actually like squeezing in on it, you know, like really get a good squeeze in, like you're trying to crush melons.
Like, get good grip on it.
Just like really grip it, so that I'm not sitting there just like on the bike. But you know, the old girl's running great. Tuned it up a little. I took the needle clip and I did one of these. So it was on position 4. This one has 6 positions. It was on position 4. I went and moved it down, and that raised the slide to make it a little bit more richer.
The needle.
Or the needle. But doesn't that also raise the slide?
Maybe.
The clip down raises the slide.
But it's a needle adjustment.
Yeah, oh, well, yeah, adjusted the needle, moved it 1 clip down to position 5 on this Kian FCR CR flat carb. Oh my God, or I think the FCR is flat CR.
Funky carb. They're pretty wild.
Don't worry about it.
Ever taken one apart.
It's confusing, but it runs a lot better, a lot more better now, and I'm excited.
I was say, what's your English teacher's name? I'm gonna go tell her your improper use of more better.
More better.
All right, you ready for another session?
I am more than ready. They called me Speedy B for a reason. We are gonna tear it. We're gonna be throwing fat whips and scrubs.
Maybe. All right, let's get back to riding.
Yeah.
So as Dad mentioned in the intro, kind of looking to see, you know, if I had improved on fitness, riding, sort of with technique and all that. And one thing personally was looking to build off the momentum I had from the last track ride that I did. I believe that was back April 19th, I think it was. So one of the big ones was this jump right here. I wanted to make sure I could double into the whoops, you know, kind of consistently. And, you know, as you can see, you know, with at least first laps with the camera on, you know, I got that down pretty good. So like I said, just kind of anything I was working on technique wise, I wanted to keep and sort of work from there. Another one was making this double here clean so that I could attempt this big jump, because I had been scared to do it previously because I wanted to make sure I hit the first double before that jump clean and I could land nicely and then give a wad of gas, you know, and have enough speed to clear the jump without coming short or just barely making it and you kind of bounce off the bike in a situation like that. So it was just to be as safe as possible, that kind of thing. So like if I didn't feel confident in that jump, I wasn't going to try the bigger jump. So, and then kind of work on my corner entries. Like I could definitely brake a lot later, and I would be way too slow. And then coming out of corners, I definitely need to hit the gas harder. Like make sure I'm settled, but then hit the gas. Don't slowly get into it, just kind of hit it. So that was kind of it with that. As you can see, I didn't do too many laps here. I just kind of want to talk through some of that stuff. So yeah, that was initially on this stint, that was kind of some of the goals and things I was looking to do, and throughout the whole day in general, was just kind of building upon what I had learned and worked on last time.
Looks good.
Corner entry is slow, but that corner exit though, man, y'all saw that? They call me Speedy B for a reason. So it's what is it? We didn't use a lot of the GoPro, mostly because we don't have it chin mount on the helmet yet. So it sits up in the peak, and as you go, and then the peak falls, and the camera's like in my eye, and it's like I'm thinking of something that you know, like it falls and you have to push it up to like
loose glasses.
Yeah, loose glasses. That's so it like all that weight and it falls, and then you kind of push it up. And so I'm gonna hit the sand track for a little because I really want to, and I want there to be audio this time while I'm on the sand track, unlike last time. So enough talking. Let's hit the sand.
So after that stint I did in the dirt with the camera on the MX2 track, I decided to hit the sand track. Now, the reason for hitting the sand track was mostly for working on kind of my cornering technique. Now, I know sand is different from dirt, but that was the point. In sand, you need to keep your momentum up. You got to keep your speed, you got to roll well, you got to enter the corner correctly. You know, you got to pick a line, commit, and just stay committed, and you've got to be in the gas. So that was one of the biggest things that I did the sand track for, was to kind of work on that technique there, was in keeping momentum. You've got to flow. You can't slow down, you know, you can't do any of that. You got to keep your momentum up, and you've got to, you know, make sure that you're loose on the bike, because within the sand, if you're kind of fighting the bike as it's kind of digging through the sand like that, that can end up being worse for you than if you were loose on it or just going slow. So as you can see through some of these corners, I'm not settled, you know, I'm not going fast enough, and I'm kind of fighting the bike a little bit in the sand, which isn't good. You got to keep your momentum up and just let the bike flow through the sand. And that was something that, like I said, I wanted to do, mostly to take that technique back to the MX2 track, flow through some of the corners better, allow me to experiment with different lines and be comfortable with it, and keeping my momentum, because that's something I had known that was a challenge for me in some of those deeper ruts, is that if the rut is deep, I kind of enter kind of slow, I don't keep my momentum, and that's in the last track day, that's actually how I crashed. It was just a simple low slide. I had no momentum, and then I ended up cross-rutting, and that down the tire went, front tire. So, you know, riding in the sand will definitely help work on that. You know, even though I wasn't fast, like jumping any of the jumps they had, it was more just, okay, understanding the corner technique and how can I apply this in the dirt.
suck out here.
So after the sand, I did a bunch of other stints here on MX2. This is another one of the ones I had recorded. Didn't do a lot of recording from like with the GoPro on the helmet cam, just kind of was more focused on myself and my technique. At times I just didn't feel like putting the camera on, just kind of focused on doing my thing. So yeah, kind of back over here, you know, just more laps, just kind of getting that consistency down and building sort of a technique there, and making sure that, you know, I had like taken the principles that I had learned and practiced and things like that, and actually making sure it's all applying and sticking. And, you know, my corner entries, my exits, my line decisions, you know, getting on the gas and all that, you know, and take a look at this jump here, making it really nice. And that was the goal. The goal was at least today to try and make that big jump there. Now, unfortunately, that doesn't pan out the way I intended. You'll see later on in the video kind of what happened there. We don't have it on video, but I did end up crashing there pretty hard. That's covered at the end of the video, but it was just kind of building the confidence to be able to attempt the jump. And if I didn't have confidence on the first double before it, I wasn't gonna hit it at all. I would still just kind of roll up and hop in the middle. So definitely need to work on. I still have a lot more to work on, obviously, but you know, each time I get out there, I just want to at least build on something that I did the previous time and just keep getting better and better. Even if it's slow, I just want to get better and better each time.
All right, everyone, so this isn't the way I was intending to quite end the video. So, yeah, ended up having a crash at the track. Yeah, it's pretty scary, you know, hurt my left shoulder here. You're not gonna see anything, but sprained here, head injury, hit the ground pretty hard. And I'm here to kind of show y'all the gear a little bit. So that's the helmet. I've cleaned literally nothing. You know, we came home and that was it. So that's the helmet, you know, it's scraped and scratched up pretty hard. Must have hit the ground hard enough to where it tore this piece off the goggle. I mean, this doesn't sit in there very aggressive. The gloves, you know, they're dirty. It's okay. Thankfully I have no hand injuries, but here's the telltale on the gear. That's a back of the jersey. You look at the front and there's nothing wrong, but then you flip it over, right? And look at that. The whole, I mean, obviously the floor here, the garage is dirty, but look at the floor, like all the dirt on the jersey like that. That is crazy. Slid really far. I'm gonna set this up here for now. And then same with the pants. Scrapes there and there, all the dirt on it. The dirt back here. There was dirt on the inside of the pants. That means this flap must have fell down or something. So there was that. And the boots, nothing crazy there. Another one I forgot to mention with the jersey, there's a little tear there. This is on the left side, so kind of makes sense because I got, where is it? Scrape on my arm there. And then also on my shoulder too. It's a pretty nasty scrape, so that kind of explains with this. The next thing I want to get into is the bike. You see, you know, the bike is dirty and all that. You can tell where, things have been down. Certain areas of this was dirty because it was pretty dusty there. So like kind of this here is just probably from oil dripping out that little vent there. Chain's dirty. It was pretty dusty that day. But you know what's crazy is nothing broken. Like the plastic is scraped, but it's not broken. You know, you look at the grips up here. I mean, it's cut a little, but look at the lever. I mean, that was like that, but still works. So it was scraped at the end here. You come down to the front, you can see some scraped scratches, digs, and nothing crazy. Looking at the front of the engine here. And coming to the other side, I believe it probably hit over there, but look at that. There's just there was no substantial damage. I mean, you could get up and go ride this thing pretty much. The only thing was this. I think this looks a little bent or crooked because there's probably a good bit of dirt in here, so we'll have to clean that out and see what happens. There's nothing wrong with that. That works as normal, so I don't know. I found that interesting with the bike, that nothing here there's no crazy damage on it. I mean, it's just scraped up, and like the graphics piece here, bent back a little. That's about it. The bars, I mean, they're straight. There's no bends in them. Isn't it pretty crazy for given what happened to me? So next I kind of want to cover actually what happened to me. So you can see here, CT head, WO contrast, quantity. I have no idea what that means, but CT scan for the head, and then x-rays on the shoulder. So here's what happened. So it was just closed head injury. So no concussion, just a closed head injury. And then, where is it? And then with the shoulder, just a shoulder sprain. They were suspecting here and around the bursa, this sort of area for the tendons. So, yep, I mean, nothing crazy that happened, just some minor injuries. And yes, I do call them minor injuries kind of compared to what happened, but came out with the best of it. No concussion, no broken bones, just scrapes, bruises, a little head injury. You know, recording this like 6 days after the accident, my shoulder feels fine. I can get it up, you know, I can slowly start to move it in a circle. Just try not to hit the wall here. Let me back up. You know, I can move it in a circle like my right. That doesn't hurt. I've started to slowly pull up, like put weight on it and do like one of these. So slowly working to get it better, because after the crash, I could feel it. I was trying to get my arm up and it was like, I was like, that hurts. You know, it hurts to move it in all directions, but I've got good movement right now. I'm feeling better. My head doesn't hurt as much as it did previously. Took some basic medicine, things like that to help it out with the head, and I'm feeling great. So just gotta, you know, take my time getting back and recovering. You know, gotta do a little bit, you know, build the muscle back up in the shoulder, and I'm not gonna rush it getting back on the bike to ride, especially not on the track. So I don't know when the next track stuff will come out. Might be a couple months or so, but we'll see what happens. We'll see how the recovery goes. I just wanted to put this note in at the end of the video, kind of show you guys what happened and just kind of be very honest and upfront, you know, with things like that. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe. That shows us your appreciation in these videos. I'm gonna get to, you know, my recovery, and you know, this points in good gear really helps. And like I always say, ride safe and enjoy every ride. Peace out.